Travel editor Peter Greenberg is joining me now. Thanks for being here, Peter.
Good morning, Dan.
I know we're still working to get more answers and information about exactly what led up to the crash at LaGuardia, but the chair of the NTSB was very clear in saying when something like this happens, many things went wrong. Was this essentially a perfect storm of failures, potentially, that led to some tragic consequences here?
Just about every airplane disaster is a perfect storm. It's never one thing. It's a combination of things that in concert creates a situation that can't be recovered. And that essentially is what happened here. It's what happened in Washington, D.C. with the collision of the military helicopter and the American Airlines jet last year. And it looks like this is going to be the same situation where you did have the equipment failure or the actual non-existence of equipment on the fire truck. You had two controllers working where there should have probably been four. You had a controller distracted because of another incident somewhere else at the airport, and whether or not they were on the right frequencies and whether or not the fire truck actually heard that last call. Remember, the protocol for radio frequencies at airports is anytime you're talking to a captain on a plane or a vehicle on the ground and you give them a message, they are required to acknowledge receipt of that message. There was no acknowledgement of that receipt from the fire truck.
Can you see, eventually this leading to any changes for air traffic controllers or other teams involved?
Oh, yeah. Look, you're still dealing with 313 air traffic control facilities in the United States, of which 311 are not properly staffed. That means you're already, in a situation where people are either working longer hours or forced mandatory overtime, or they're not paying attention because they're just overworked. That's number one. Number two, you're dealing with runway capacity and airport capacity and runway incursions, the number of incidents of which are already alarming and have been for many years. What will come out of this investigation is how many there have been that have been reported where the FAA did nothing to address that problem. Just like we had the near mid-airs over Washington Reagan between military aircraft and commercial aircraft, we only revealed that after that terrible incident. Now the question is, will the FAA actually act on this? And that's been a question that needs to be answered.
Switching gears a little bit, but it's related to airports. I know O'Hare here in Chicago is one of about a dozen airports right now, with ICE agents reportedly helping get those lines down at TSA checkpoints, those lines, a result really of the partial government shutdown. Have you heard of something like this happening before, and is it working?
There have been other incidents where other police agencies have been called out, but not particularly for this reason. The problem here is that the ICE agents are not properly trained. They don't know how to read the ID verifying machines. They don't know how to scan the CT scanner machines for either the carry-on or the check-in baggage. Their presence right now, to the best of my knowledge, is ornamental. All they can do is direct passenger traffic to stand in a longer line. They're not moving anything faster. They can't. They can't take the place of a TSA agent, and when you have an absentee rate in the 20 percentile range, that means those numbers are unsustainable. I'm right now trying to fly through Houston tomorrow. That's going to be hopeless for me because the average wait time there, where the absentee rate is over 40%, is over 4 hours.
Oh my.
That's unsustainable. Yeah. And we're seeing that happening every single day, adding to that across the country.
Right, and there's so many ripple effects to that. All right, CBS travel editor Peter Greenberg, thank you as always for joining me.
You got it, Dan.